creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood.
Hello everyone, we are unboxing a Michael Jackson Thriller Zombie action figure from Figma. This is from Aliexpress. It was like $17, and the reason I got it is because I love Aliexpress. I've never had one of the Figmas like this, and it was the least expensive Michael Jackson Thriller creepy zombie action figure I could find. I really wanted one for Halloween because I've loved Thriller since I was a kid. Who doesn't? Well, I'm sure somebody out there doesn't, but you're wrong. Anyway, if you guys are new to subscribe, check out our spooky playlists. I'm Morticia, Gomez is behind the camera, and we are going to unbox this Michael Jackson action figure and see what it's about. You get to see it with us because this is our first experience with Figma. This came relatively quickly from Aliexpress. We only ordered it a few weeks ago. Sometimes it can take like a month or month and a half, but their prices are always worth it. So the box doesn't look really like pro or good, but I'm not complaining. It's just a fact. I'm taking it out and I don't care. But it just kind of came in a couple pieces. Like this part was on the front and you can just lift it up. Like I didn't have to untape it or anything. But the figure inside this is taped and everything, and I guess it could be displayable if one cared to leave it in here, but I'm not going to. But we will go over all the parts. This is the front. And it mainly just has writing, and then there's like Michael Jackson dancing.
He's so lifelike.
Yeah, we might keep that. We tend to, there's a DIY where we turn action figure, like our toy packaging, into wall art. I will try to remember to link that below. If not, check our DIY playlist for it. And then there's this side. And I did this with a Gremlins like box, like a whole box, and kept it as like a candy container. Oh, you know what? I guess it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to be a box like this, but this isn't how it came. So I look like an idiot, but that's not how it came. So I guess you could, I think they just folded it down so that you could put it back if you wanted to, maybe. Let's see. If anybody cares, just for the collectors who like to put it in the box, keep it in the box, which drives me nuts. But I didn't want to give the impression that you could not. You just fold it. It came like folded. I guess they didn't want it to get damaged in the mail, so that's cool actually. And I would edit that, but I want to show you guys how it comes too. So perfect, look.
Yeah.
You can display it in the box if you want to. And so, showing the different sides. Really good deal for $17. Consider that. I was like, you know, the packaging's not flashy, but then you can actually do this. That's cool. That's actually a good idea. How they just had it folded and it just looked like it was kind of folded over it, but now when it's like this, it's pretty much pristine. So, yeah. Check it. And you just take it out like we're going to do, and I'm not going to keep the box as a box, so we're moving on. Because I like to enjoy my figures, and I feel when you take them out, you can see the whole thing. It's kind of factual. And enjoy it. And like, it's just, you know, but people have a right to not enjoy it fully if they want to. AKA collect. I'm always like, when people are watching other people, so like, should I take it out of the box or leave it? No, take it out. Take it out. Okay, let's see what he comes with. Okay, he's got this little film over him, which is good. They keep it in there nicely. This isn't ginormous, and I like that, because we have so much stuff that I just like to have like smaller figures, like small enough that I can, I mean big enough I can enjoy it, but small enough that it's not taking up like a ton. I have some 12 inches and whatnot, but he looks very posable, very well made, but we will get into that in a second. Ooh, he's a zombie, thriller. Okay, I really like the version that what's his name from American Idol did for Thriller a long time ago. What was it called? Oh my god, what was his name? Philip Phillips. And he did a kind of slow, creepy version of Thriller that I really liked. Okay, Michael comes with a ton of different hands. I just went ahead and took them out. There's like a lot in the box on the side here, like in these little openings. And then there's a ton of hands in a little package with a stand and a ladder, which I'll show you in a second. But this is like the regular face. And Figma comes with like different faces where you can switch them around. So then he has the zombie face, which I'm going to try to put on. Oh yes, it comes on nicely.
Yes, marked contrast here because this one has a different shape of eyes and nose, more like the zombie Michael as opposed to the regular one.
Yeah, that's where he gets turned into the thriller. And the head seems to stay on well. That's good, because sometimes when it has different parts and you switch, it doesn't look so sturdy when you put it back. But this is good, nice. And when I saw the advertisement, it didn't say that it came with both parts, and it does. And so that's very cool. I wanted him as Zombie Michael. I'm not really into zombies in general, because they just don't do it for me. But Zombie Michael for Thriller, I mean, hey. And so then they have these hands, but there's a ton of different hand positions. So I think that is interesting for the different dance moves, and it's like just a million different hands. And there's regular hands, and there's 2 other zombie hands. But just for an example, there's some pointing, there's some with fists, there's some like this. They're also little, it's going to get redundant showing you a bunch of hands, but there's like at least probably 10 different sets of hands. And then there is this other part that I have to figure out how to put together or what it's for, because it's like this base that says Figma, what he will stand on, which is cool. But then there's this like ladder looking thing with this thing. So I have to deal with that later, but it's not really the whole point. I don't know if I'll keep it or what I'll do, but I mainly wanted the figure and the base and the changeable parts, so that's lovely. Seems well made. Let's see how he stands on this base, if he will, or if that's just for the ladder. There's a hole, but I don't see a peg in his foot, so it might be for the thing that he came with that I have to deal with later. So let's check his posability. His head moves nicely. His arms are jointed at the elbows to go in and out for dance moves. His shoulders move in and out, not so much back and forth, but side to side motions are good. The hands move side to side. Oh, this elbow moves up and down better than this one. This one goes side to side more. This one, the left one, does the up and down more. And he doesn't have full shoulder rotation as much, maybe because of the clothes, but it does like the up and down, the side to side. And the hips have up and down, not as, well, it does have some side to side. Yeah, his hips are pretty good. All around hip rotation. He has back and forth knee, not so much side to side, but we don't want him to throw his knee out dancing, I mean. Then his foot goes up and down. So it's got a nice amount of points of articulation. Ankles, knees, hips, waist, like at the very waist there, and then his head. So that's nice. And there he is from the back in his leather jacket. Very cool. So Thriller-esque. He's going to be great for Halloween and all year, and I would say he's a 6-inch. He also sits down very well. I'm going to show that on one of my Halloween shelves because I couldn't make the base work right, and I will deal with it later. But I also wanted to show you, if you don't really want to do the base and have him standing, he sits very well because of his hip and leg posability, and he will stand decently like that too. So either way it works out, but I really like it when they can sit down sometimes. So I wanted to show that he can actually do both. So we hope you enjoyed this.
Stay thrilled, my friends.